Sometimes we're on a collision course. We just don't know it. Whatever it's accident or by design, there's not a thing we can do about it. A woman in Paris was on her way to go shopping, but she'd forgotten her coat and went back to get it. When she had gotten her coat, the phone rang, so she'd stopped to answer it, talked for a couple of minutes. While the woman was on the phone, Daisy was rehearsing for a performance at a Paris opera house. While she was rehearsing, the woman, off the phone now, had gone outside to get a taxi. Now, a taxi had dropped off a fare earlier and had stopped to get a cup of coffee. All the while, Daisy was rehearsing. And this cab driver, who dropped off the earlier fare, who'd stopped to get a cup of coffee, had picked up the lady who was going to go shopping, and had missed getting an earlier cab. The taxi had to stop for a man crossing the street, who left for work 5 minutes later than he normally did, because he forgot to set off the alarm. While the man, late for work, crossing the street, Daisy had finished rehearsing and was taking a shower. And while Daisy was showering, the taxi was waiting outside a boutique for a woman to pick up a package, which hadn't been wrapped yet, because the girl who was supposed to wrap it had broken up with her boyfriend the night before and forgot. When the package was wrapped, the woman, who was back in the cab, was blocked by a delivery truck. All the while, Daisy was getting dressed. The delivery truck pulled away and the taxi was able to move, while Daisy, the last to be dressed, waited for her friends who had broken a shoelace. While the taxi was stopped waiting for a traffic light, Daisy and her friend came out the back of the theater. And if only one thing had happened differently, if that shoelace hadn't broken, or that delivery truck had moved moments earlier, or that package had been wrapped and ready because the girl hadn't broken up with her boyfriend, or that the man had set his alarm and got up 5 minutes earlier, or that taxi hadn't stopped for a cup of coffee, or the woman hadn't remembered her coat and got into the earlier cab, Daisy and her friend wouldn't have crossed the street and the taxi wouldn't have driven by. But life being that it is, and what it is, a series of intersecting lives intersect out of no one's control, anyone's control. That taxi did go by, and the driver was momentarily distracted, and that taxi hit Daisy and her leg was crushed.